Ethan and I had a 3-hour conversation, which was incredibly fucking normal, productive, not like emotional whatsoever, on issues like socialism versus capitalism and, Ukraine, Taiwan, foreign policy, historical references, Chinese communism, socialism with Chinese characteristics, whether that's actually real or true or happening or not. A socialist transitional state, is that actually being achieved? Things of that nature, which is like, it was pretty good. Okay, everybody needs to calm down, okay? You can have disagreements. Like, it doesn't mean that someone is an evil person. Especially when you recognize that, like, we are all products of our social conditioning. Like, chill out. Regardless, okay, where the fuck were we? Is Leftovers over? Yes, it's over. We had a fucking major fallout. It's done. It's Jover. Ethan and I hate each other now. You know the fucking rest. Yeah. Obviously. As that's how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? You have any kind of minor disagreement, no matter what. That means that you guys hate each other's guts. You can't possibly be cordial to one another ever again. You can't possibly have love or mutual respect for one another ever again because you guys disagreed. And one does not simply disagree without major fallout. Or at least according to people who are, who live out their political desires by consuming political content online. But yeah. Yeah. For what it's worth, I thought what I saw of Leftovers was great. Ethan seemed genuinely curious, open to learn, asked a lot of questions. I agree, and that is precisely what happened. Okay Buddy was definitely brigaded today. Wait, really? They brigaded Okay Buddy? That's hilarious, dude. No fucking way that these like absolute loser debate perverts like fucking brigaded my meme subreddit. China streams, let's go. I want to go to China. Who must go? China optimize visa forms to make it easier. Okay, so that was the post, and then it has 53 fucking comments. What is going on, dude? Why did these losers spend this much fucking time? Ethan fell for the fallen dong. That's funny. It truly is Jover. Yes, this is the last episode of Leftovers. The show Hasan and I created has become more than either of us could have imagined, but stepping into politics is a risky business. Our friendship is strained recently, and we've decided it's best for the end of the show. Love you at Hasan the Hun. Dude, Perdukatons is actually so fucking goated. Honest to God, I think it's best for you to because you're already doing Fear and seem really exhausted over the last year, so I think it's really good for you. Keep hustling. Wait, what? There ain't no way motherfuckers are being farmed by this. Man, it's a joke, dog. What the hell? That's so funny when people actually take it seriously, because it's like, nobody ever lies on the internet. So many people believed it, dude. Yeah, a lot of normies think it's real. That's so funny. I think that was relatively good faith. I think that it was good. It was productive overall. At least, like, I think that, before the major brigading happens, which it fucking will, because I'm certain that people were, like, covering it in real time, I assume. I haven't even seen it yet. This is how every episode is going to be from now on? No, not at all. But the thing is, both Ethan and I enjoy it. Like, Ethan and I enjoy it too much, like having a reasonable conversation. And that's it. I know Ethan said he didn't want to talk about it, but I think about the exploitation of the third world is really missing from it. Yeah, I mean, guys, I'm not trying to fucking own my interlocutor in the marketplace of ideas where we're doing blood sport. I'm trying to have a fucking reasonable conversation with someone who is comfortable talking about certain matters and not comfortable talking about others. It's good to move away from certain subjects, even though they are profoundly important for the overarching point of contention that, like, social democracies cannot exist without third world exploitation. It's a huge part of it, but, that's it. You are very forgiving of a person that I am. Ethan kept asking the same questions. I mean, it's okay. I'm used to it, dude. I don't know why. I don't like, guys. Have you? I guess maybe if you're like a leftist for the past couple of years or something, you've never experienced like having genuine, productive, reasonable conversations with people who don't fully agree with you. But like, it's normal. Like, this is perfectly normal. It is an incredibly normal conversation. This is a very productive and very good one too. And even if like the end goal isn't to make sure that Ethan is like a rugged, die-in-the-wool Marxist-Leninist who's like fucking implementing like the Vanguard Revolution or whatever. Yeah, I think it was very informative for both your audience. I mean, there's like plenty of moments that I wasn't able to actually address. Like, I didn't do a decent enough job of describing the labor theory of value. Like, we deviated far too much from the major points. I think that I should have just like probably stayed the course on certain things. But, overall, there was like a million different things to talk about. And I wanted to I wanted to address every single point of contention as best as I possibly could in the limited time frame, 3 hours. It's going to be very difficult for me to explain like historical context or, dense Marxist subject matter when, there's someone who is genuinely willing to hear you out. You should have shown the roof worker Kyrie from Finland and how he thinks about money. Show your point about how different people with socialist help from the government. Yeah, no. In my mind, I was thinking of that one guy. I think he was also in Finland, like the coding guy, who was like, I could make so much more money, but I don't feel the need to. Like, I'm very happy. Anyway, I think it was a really good conversation, but of course, much like any good conversation, it's not going to be isolated to being a good conversation. It will have secondary impacts like all the fucking gross perverts that will come in here and try to trigger me and clip shit. So I have to stream, like, see, this is what I mean. So I have to stream 10 hours a day to debate like you? No, I'm bad at debating. But you do have to stream 10 hours a day to, like, develop decent fucking rhetoric and have a lot of fucking experience debating people. Not me. I'm bad at debating. I've never said I'm good at debating. I'm terrible at debating. Okay? It was good, but there will now be 100 vids on how I'm a mask-off tanky that doesn't understand real communism. It's okay, because I think the real sneaky shit there is that, like, when Ethan and I are side by side, a lot of people look at me and go, that guy's insane. But the secondary point of that is looking at Ethan and going, well, that guy's actually very sane. So what does that do? That makes people, especially reactionary weirdos that are like super far right, second guess and be a little bit more charitable to Ethan's position. So that dynamic ultimately is a decent one, because I think at the end of the day, it yields positive results by bringing certain people to Ethan's fucking side. And I'm perfectly comfortable with, right-wing reactionary losers being more favorable to Ethan Klein's worldview, because I think that especially in the short term, it's great. Ethan's worldview is awesome. If more Americans felt like he did, we would have a significantly better situation overall. Which is precisely the reason why I hate when, like, even members of my community attack him and go fucking nutty over it. It's not a good thing. You need to be a little bit more reasonable and normal. Like, Ethan is not like some fucking weird American Enterprise Institute-backed right-wing commentator. He deviates away from your worldview. He likes capitalism, but he's ultimately very open-minded. Be charitable. Stop fucking yelling and making all of us look like we're psychos, okay? Ethan Klein admitted he's a capitalist. Will you? Yeah, I love capitalism. I'm a major capitalist. Capitalism is the best way to organize society. There's no alternative to capitalism. Capitalism has never done anything wrong. When fucking people die, in our gross abundance of material wealth and also all matter of resources, when people die due to preventable things like famine and famine-related diseases, 14 million a year under a capitalist organization of the economy globally, those guys are dying because, get wrecked, loser, you should have fucking worked harder. It seems to me like you didn't do capitalism correctly. you should pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Have you thought about picking yourself up by your bootstraps? When people die due to famine under socialism, well then of course that's socialism. What the fuck do you mean? That's the worst thing that could have ever happened. Why did you try doing socialism, you fucking idiot? Oh my God, imagine fucking doing socialism. It's entirely socialism. I think one of the funniest parts about it is that like a lot of people act like they hate debate purgatory, and maybe they're not like this fucking guy who is like being a total loser, right? And very clearly not good enough to describe their worldview or anything like that. So they're just engaging in shit slinging that doesn't even fucking make sense with a specific purpose of trying to get my attention, and then only to double down and back down and go, oh, I was just pretending to be that way because I'm trying to get your attention. You know, classic shit. I keep going back to this guy because he is like everything I fucking despise. This, by the way, is the liberal version of what right-wingers do on a regular basis, which is, well, the guy you just talked to, he didn't know what was going on. Why don't you actually bring someone who knows what's going on? And then I bring another person. I pull this guy in. I fucking own him. And then someone else goes, oh, well, you own that guy, but that guy didn't know what he was doing, so why don't you bring another guy? And it's like, it's the same guy. And also, there was no interest in me like owning fucking Ethan or anything like that, which I don't think I did. Okay? It was just a conversation. You are the never-ending blood sport pervert who wants some blood. And because you didn't get that blood, you came in here and wanted to get fucking yelled at so you can clip it. Go to whatever subreddit you fucking belong to and be like, look at this guy. Look at how inappropriate he's behaving. I triggered him. Didn't I do right? When in fact, your life didn't get better. You're going to get a couple fucking upvotes, most likely, from other people who are just as sad as you are. And then you're going to move on with your life, not realizing that that minor dopamine rush that you got would have been infinitely better if you, I don't know, spent this time more wisely, like working out or doing things that are more productive in your life, you know? Asking a girl out or some shit like that. Anyway, I know for a motherfucking fact, the only takeaway for so many weirdos online is going to be something that is clip-chimped, robbed of its nuance, and hyper-focused on to make it seem like my perspective is like violent, radical, awful. Okay? I'm telling you right now, 100% that is what's going to happen. Okay? Because ultimately, debates are fucking stupid. You want to know why debates are stupid, though? Not necessarily because, there's people can't get any takeaways from it. It's because those who love the spirit of debate are some of the worst fucking losers online. Like, the way that they react are like cackling hyenas who don't actually want to hear anything and just drop all pretense of charitability in an effort to do shit stirring. Okay? That's what's the problem. The debate watchers make debate impossible. And yes, this literally goes for leftists as well. And that is a major issue. You make it so that people can't fucking have a single conversation. We can't deviate from others in our points of view without every single person behaving in an incredibly toxic way and incredibly uncharitably. Okay? That's the issue. It's not that necessarily that like debates don't pan out well or whatever. It's that the audience that it attracts is so profoundly toxic. Okay? Super toxic, it's super judgmental, and it's not productive. It is like entirely interested in not necessarily arriving at a fucking truth or finding solutions to a problem, and almost always simply interested in bad faith clip chimping and hyper focusing and like derailing the major takeaways from any kind of conversation, moving away from productivity to look at how fucking stupid this guy is. Look at how violent this guy is. Anyone have a timestamp for the explanation of the leftover split? Man, it's a joke. Oh God. I can't do, you know what it is? The FUPA troopers, the fucking foot soldiers, have been debated a million times over by Ethan and everyone, okay? And yet even they still absolutely believe the memes every single fucking time, okay? They believe it every single time. So what was my expectation? That this community was going to be fucking open to sarcasm and jokes? Ethan Klein, a man who famously never jokes around online. Yeah, it's like he's been divorced a million times over. Craziest part is they keep getting back together. They've been divorced 100,000 times over, dude. But yeah, dude, if you want to know like how things are going, look at this. 1.3K comments. Discussion mega thread. Hasan is leaving leftovers. 1,300 comments. I wonder if there's any brigading happening. I wonder what happened here. It's like in literally 5 hours, it got 1.3K fucking comments. I assume like there's probably people being like, Ethan wasn't charitable to Hasan. It's fucking bullshit. And then like a shit ton of Hasan's a fucking idiot who doesn't know what he's talking about. God, he's so stupid. I'm actually a rugged socialist, communist, Marxist, Hasanist, as a matter of fact. I'm a Stalinist and I fucking hate Hasan's takes. It's because he's a dumbass. Actually, my favorite Marxist actually is my favorite YouTuber that Ethan should actually choose to do a podcast instead with. It's incredible that Ethan's the most divorced man of all time and has managed not to be a chud. Yeah, exactly. I think it's partially because like he keeps getting married again. You know what I mean? He's divorced and then married again. Divorced and married again. Divorced and married again. That's why. Ethan did a good job holding himself back. I like that he took back the la la la. I thought it was funny. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Like the la. He hit me with the la la la, but I don't know what that is. Did Ethan change his mind at all? I think so. Did he counter with the worm? No, but I should have done that. That's why Ethan owned me.